test I'm gonna give you like a long time to complete, because we're not gonna like take a class period to do it, if that makes sense. Like, we're not gonna spend one of our synchronous days doing a test. So I'm gonna assign it and just like extend the day pretty far so that you guys have plenty of time to get it done. And so on Canvas, what you should see right now is a test review. And then once you submit that test review, you will be able, it unlocks the next activity, which is a page that contains the solutions for the test review. So you'll be able to look at those solutions. You mark that page as done. And once you've turned in your review and marked your solutions as done, then it will unlock paper 1 for the test. And once you've submitted paper 1, then it will unlock paper 2. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. I haven't decided exactly how much time I'm going to give you. I need to update the test first, because right now I think that the current test that I have is only paper 2. So I'm going to try to find some paper 1 problems. It might be a challenge, honestly, for this particular topic to find paper 1 topic problems. And if that's the case, then maybe we'll just stick with the paper 2 test. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to do some investigating today, and then I will upload your test as soon as I have it finished. And the only thing that's going to be due this week that I'm requiring of you is the review. If you want to start your test early, you can, but it's not required. Questions on procedures for the test and test review?
Are we supposed to use like just response paper for the answers for the review?
I'm not going to make you use response paper this time. You can do whatever you want. Any other questions? Okay, if there are no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and unshare and then reshare my screen so that we can work through this problem together. And then you guys can pull up your test review and we can go ahead and get started. It's going to be a little awkward. I think I did this with my juniors last week, and I just had them start working on their test review. And we just stayed on the call and people could ask questions as they needed. So that was my plan for today. And yeah, if you guys have other suggestions, I'm open to those too, because it is kind of like an awkward method for doing class. Come on. Okay, so you guys should see my whole screen now with my document camera and the warm-up slide. So our warm-up for today. So this is warm-up 9/17/20. And my screen is really dark. That'll help. And this is IB senior class. Okay, so it says integers A, B, and C are such that A is less than or equal to B, which is less than or equal to C, which is less than or equal to D. Then it says the median is 3. Okay, the mode is 4. And the range is 3. Find the values of A, B, C, and D. Okay, so I have all the information written down on the document camera, so I'm just gonna make that the whole screen. And let me get y'all's popsicle sticks. Miriam, what thing do you think we can do first from this information?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm
That's
so
okay.
confused.
Does somebody have an idea that wants to jump in?
Can you brighten it? Can you brighten it because it's hard to see?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, what question or what ideas do you guys have?
I'd start with the mode.
Okay, so how would you know which are the mode or which values you have? Was it Jordan that suggested the mode?
Yeah, I guess you don't really know which one's the mode yet. You know that at least 2 of them are the mode because it's the most recurring number.
Good.
You'd know that the mode has to be C and D because the median is 3. So you'd have to have your C has to be bigger than B.
Yeah. So your median is right in the middle. So our median should go like between B and C. It should be that average, right? Since we have 4 numbers. And that means that C and D must be 4. Okay. And this is because
B should be.
hold on, what?
I said in order for the median to be 3, the B has to be 2.
Yeah, good. So this means that B equals 2 because B plus C over 2 must equal 3. Okay, and if we sub in 4 for C, then that forces B to be 2. Okay, so we have B, C, and D. How are we going to figure out A?
Well, okay, do all the numbers have to be integers though? Or like positive integers?
That is a good question. I believe so. Yes.
Well, in that case, then A can only be 1.
For the range.
Right. Okay. So range is equal to the max minus the min, which is going to be 4 minus whatever the min is, and it has to be equal to 3. The only number the min can be is 1, so A must be 1. Okay, so our work was a little bit scattered, but it's there. So we have A is 1, B is 2, and C and D is 4. What questions do you guys have about that problem? Any questions at all? Okay, if there are no questions, I guess you can pull up the review on your screen, or I can also, if my computer will load, I will pull up the review on my screen. Okay, and you guys can get to work and ask questions as they come. I will go through anything that you guys have questions on. And I said on the review instructions, it's going to be graded for completion, but you need to show all of your work in order to get full credit. So make sure that you're showing your work through all this. Okay.
Do we need to do it on response paper?
You can if you want to. I'm not going to require it. You can do it on notebook paper if you'd like.
Can you go back through what you were saying at the beginning about like paper 1s and paper 2s? Because I got in at the very end of that and didn't catch it.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So basically our Canvas page is set up right now so that the test review is unlocked and open. In order to see the solutions for the test review, you have to submit your test review. So you'll do this and submit that document, all your work. And then once you've completed that, it'll unlock the solutions for you and you can look at the solutions. And then all you have to do is mark that as done. There should be like a little check mark at the top of the page. You click it and then it'll open up paper 1 and paper 2 for you. And I was telling everybody that I need to edit this test. So it probably won't be available until Friday, tomorrow. So because right now it's only paper 2 questions, it's all calculator active. I want to try to find some paper 1 questions if they exist. But if none of them exist, then we'll just have the paper 2 that I currently am working with. Makes sense, Wade? Okay, perfect. Okay, so I am gonna switch this.
Do you want the review to be done in pen?
Yes, the review does need to be done in pen. Some quick notes. On constant changes to mean and standard deviation. Okay. So let's say, so I'm going to give you a problem. Mr. and Mrs. F graduated in 1983. Also, if you just want to listen because you were unprepared to take notes, that's fine. I will post these notes on the page after. When they were 22, their graduating class had an average age of 22.5 years. Okay. At their, well, I want the average age, and I also am going to tell you the standard deviation. So with a standard deviation of 0.5. So with that. At their college reunion, what is the new average or mean and standard deviation of ages? Okay.